We are back with another episode of the Salt of the Earth podcast.
That's
My
right.
name is CK, aka Cal, and with me today we have
Emma. I am the co-founder of Salt of the Earth.
Yep. So we got Emma, we got Cal, CK. We're going to dive right into today's topic. Today's topic is actually going to be unanswered prayers. The way I like to see it is the ask versus the receive part. So we're going to talk about that today. Before we do, how was your week?
My week was great. It was a little busy with work, but hey, it's the weekend, so
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
Hey, you know what? Honestly, sometimes busy is a blessing.
Yeah.
So that we're not idle. We're not working with idle hands
Mhm.
because we already know God
Yep.
don't like idle hands.
That's right.
Okay, so yeah, let's dive into that. We talked a little bit about this in the last episode where we're quote unquote evangelizing, but we're
Yes.
talking to folks about the good news. And a lot of times the frustration comes out or the disbelief or the doubt comes out when we're praying for something or we're hoping for something and it doesn't happen. Right?
Yes.
It doesn't happen the way you want it to, or it doesn't happen as fast as you want it to. And it's just all our understanding. Like, we know that now, but not everybody understands. Why is it that sometimes God doesn't seem to be listening or answering your prayers? Like, has that come up in any recent conversations for you?
Yeah, actually, currently, the job that I'm at now, my coworker still asking questions. She's still curious, so it's great. But recently she came to me and, we had that conversation. She's like, Emma, I just don't understand, my issue with God is just like, why is it that my mom, she is a devout Catholic and she is terminally sick. She is a good person, but has bad things happen to her. And then there's my aunt who is a bad person, does bad things, treats people bad, and isn't a believer, but lives this great life. And she was like, why is that? I couldn't answer. I didn't know how to answer. And so I was like, well, the only thing I would do is I would sit and ask God. That's what I've learned to do.
And she's like, but I've been asking and he's not saying anything.
Yeah, she's like, well, he doesn't listen. He's not hearing me. He doesn't listen to me. He picks and chooses who he wants. I'm like, no. So I'm coming to you to ask, what do you think? How do you feel like when we don't get the answer we want? Like, what does that look like?
Oh man, I feel like that happens more often than not because we lean on our own understanding so often.
It's natural.
It's natural. It's natural to think, hey, if he's going to answer it, my prayer, he's going to answer it the way that I'm asking for him to answer it because that's what I'm asking for.
Right.
So why is he doing it his way or not doing it at all? Is he even listening? I feel like a lot of people experience that. And, I have some notes, so bear with me if you're watching the video and you see me kind of go into my phone. It's not because I'm texting in the middle of a podcast, even though that would make me very desirable and busy, but no. I made a video on YouTube years ago, many years ago now, but it was the difference between asking and receiving. And prayer is one part of it, but a lot of times we don't realize that we've been conditioned not to receive. You think you're ready to receive something, receive a blessing, but we have lived in such a conditioned state of mind that a lot of times we're comfortable being where we're at, and our subconscious might be sabotaging the possibility that we deserve more because maybe we feel guilty for something that we haven't forgiven ourselves for yet. Maybe in Christian terms, it's the unwillingness to repent fully. You're guilty of something. You haven't forgiven someone or something or yourself. So without that, you're not fully connected to God. God's like, hey, you're not ready yet. How am I going to bless you with something new if you're not over this whole other situation? And you're still angry about that? You can't really pray with that kind of a heart. And then secondly, a lot of times when we pray, we're praying for something. We're praying because we need something. The perfect example is health or money, right? Finances. People pray about finances all the time. I'm guilty of it.
Yeah, same.
Right. But if you only go to God because you need something from him, what kind of relationship is that?
Yeah.
The prayer instead should be, and there's a difference, right? So let me try to give an example of what that prayer sounds like. God, I really need $2,000 this month. I need to pay this bill. I need $2,000 this month. Please give me $2,000.
Yeah.
That could be a prayer, but that's not a complete prayer.
No.
And that's not a prayer where it makes God want to say, okay, I want to take care of you. He does. But the difference is when you truly have a relationship with God and you trust him, the prayer is going to sound something more like, God, you've done it before. You've blessed me before. I know you can do it again. I know you want what's best for me and you love me. So that's why I'm going to call out the fact that I need $2,000. And if you love me and you care for me, it's okay to ask for that. You are my good father, my heavenly father. You will provide it. And I believe that you will. So I'm going to ask. Sounds different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So that's praying in the spirit as opposed to praying in the flesh because your body wants something, because your wallet needs something. No, it's I'm saying that I trust you, God. I'm already believing for it, and then I'm going to ask for it. The worst part of it when people say, God doesn't listen to me, did you ask?
Yeah. How were you asking?
Yeah, but did you ask at all? One, did you ask at all? Because sometimes we don't ask. Closed mouths don't get fed.
They don't. No.
Nope. Secondly, we don't ask the right way. Yeah. And then finally, we learn it in Luke, we learn it in Matthew. Jesus teaches that however you treat something little is how you're going to treat something big. So it's showing that you're ready for that responsibility to be blessed with more than you already have.
Yeah.
Again, we're using finances as an example because it's a very common one. But how are you taking care of your current wallet? The last time you got paid, what did you do with that money?
Yeah.
And I'll use another example here. If you are a teenager, you're coming of age, and you want a driver's license and you want a car, well, how responsible have you been without that car?
Yeah.
Have you shown your responsibility in such a way that as a parent, I can trust you with a brand new car or with a driver's license? I'm not going to give you that just because you asked for it and I love you. Right. You need to prove to me that you can handle that. Yeah. How did you handle the bike I got you? Right?
Yeah.
So those are just a few of the reasons I believe that sometimes prayers are delayed.
Yeah.
But there are a few other reasons that sometimes are beyond our control and beyond our understanding, because there is power in weakness because it builds our character.
Yeah.
And sometimes, unfortunately, we don't have the providence and understanding and wisdom of God. I mean, it's like asking an ant to do algebra.
Yeah.
We don't. We don't.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. Like, I can't be God.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
The last person or thing that thought that they could be, that didn't turn out very well for them.
No, I don't think so.
So there are certain things that I want to question. I can cry about it. Lamentations in the Bible allows you to cry about it. You can cry to God and say, I'm really upset. I'm really sad. I'm really frustrated that this is not going the way that I wanted to, but I trust your will because I don't know how the universe works, but you do. Yeah. Who knows whether there's protection from pride?
Yeah.
If we get every prayer answered.
Yeah, that's just like a genie in a bottle.
Right.
Like, if you get everything that you wish for, then you're going to expect that and want that. Like, where do you earn that?
Yeah, and also you let your head get big, right?
Yeah.
You're like, I get everything I ask for. Well, if that's the case, okay, then you don't need to have a relationship with God. Your character will never grow because you've never strengthened those muscles.
You have to humble yourself.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah. God's keeping you humble sometimes, keeping us humble.
Yeah.
There's also something about putting you through it so that you can be closer to God is what we're saying. You could be closer to Jesus.
Yeah.
You could open the Bible and seek answers there because maybe your prayer has been answered. You're just not looking in the right places.
Yep.
Not every prayer does get answered, and we have to accept that sometimes. But how do you accept that? In a way, sometimes these things are delayed or prolonged. It's a way to be relatable to others. One, we said humble ourselves, right? But to be able to strengthen that inner faith and understand also that God's grace is enough.
Yeah.
Like, living below your means means God's grace is enough. I don't need all this extra stuff. As much as I want this particular prayer answered about my body, maybe I'm going through some health stuff, but just because I'm not feeling 100% doesn't mean in my treatments And in my support groups, I'm not going to meet someone that I can comfort, or vice versa, they can comfort me.
Yeah.
We don't know the bigger picture because all we see is our own perspective.
Yeah.
But if we could only imagine for a second the way that God sees it, and he has the full picture and how everyone's experience in this life is going, then maybe we might understand why he didn't answer that prayer.
Yeah. And sometimes maybe that's not the prayer that is meant to be answered.
Right.
I mean, we can, in a sense, write our path and make a path for us, but guess what? God's opening those doors.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's the one who is laying out the path and saying, like, okay, I mean, and that's just what it is. You know, in my situation, I didn't have a job, and I said, okay, God, you know, please bless me with a job, you know, like, you know my needs, you know my family's needs, and you know where I stand financially and what is going to help. And even though the job that I have now is a contractor position for 3 months, it's the most money I've ever made. So, I mean, he's like, okay, here, I gave it to you. I didn't think I could ever make this much money. Now I know it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
What else is possible?
Oh, yeah. Every single time.
You know?
That's a great example. Like, literally every single time I've left a job, obviously you never want to be jobless
Mm-hmm.
or without income. It puts anxiety and stress over everybody nowadays.
Yeah.
After all that anxiety, I've always ended up in a better place.
Yeah.
And it might not seem like it at first, but my income has almost always doubled in between, because there's always a path that he's creating for you that you don't see yet. So for anyone in that situation, I know the job market is crap right now. Trust me, I totally get it. But there's something to be said about just trusting that the other side of it is going to be better. And that's where I kind of want to introduce the idea about doubt and uncertainty as well. Especially if you're not used to praying, especially if you're used to just kind of shouting into the ethers. You've heard people say that prayers should be specific. Don't be scared to be specific.
Yeah.
But do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, for example, if you pray for patience, he's going to give that to you. It may not be the way
It's
that
definitely,
you want.
He's
but
not
he's
just going to
give it to you.
yeah. He's not just going to snap his fingers and go, okay, you're patient now. He's going to give you situations in which you get to practice that patience until you perfect it, which doesn't exist. So good luck.
Yeah. And that's just what it is. Like, if you want it, exactly, ask it. I've been told that, you know, when you pray, be I don't remember the phrase, but it's like, be very adamant on what you want. Say exactly what you want. Like, I want, God, I need a job that's going to help me with this, this, and this. My family needs this, this, and this. And you speak it into existence. You know, you tell him what you want. He knows your needs, but if you want it, you tell him, I want a full-time job that's going to pay me the money that I need, and I want to be able to grow. I want to be able to do this. And he's going to give that to you.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If you talk to certain people who believe in the power of manifestation, quote unquote, right? Yeah. They're actually going to correct you and say, oh, no, well, you just screwed up there because you said, I want. You're supposed to believe it already happened. Because likewise, with God, there is no time and space.
Yeah.
God's timing is not our timing.
No.
Even go back to the specifics of who you're talking to. Now, here's the fun part. This is going to be a little controversial. I don't know if everyone's going to agree with me, but I don't care. I'm going to say it anyway.
Yep.
Know who you are talking to. Know who you are praying to. And in order to know that, you have to pray in the Spirit. I'm going back to going into the Spirit and praying specifically to the direct source, the Most High God, our Heavenly Father, our Heavenly Mother even, because I believe God is non-binary. That's a whole different conversation. But know who you're talking to, because why? There are other beings in the spiritual realm.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
I think we believe that. I think we agree on that, but there are other deities. I don't even want to call them deities because the word deities means gods, right?
Yeah.
But there are other spiritual beings. And when you speak, there is power in the tongue. And I'm not trying to scare anyone and say, oh, well, the enemy's listening. But no, if you're not praying to the specific, all-powerful, all-knowing God, then he's going to be like, well, I don't know who you're talking to.
Yep. Yeah.
Who knows? You can say, oh, God, this and that. But if you've never tried to build a relationship with me, for all I know, you could be praying to your dog that you call God.
Yeah. And the enemy likes to come in and
be
pretend.
like, exactly.
Yeah.
false
like,
prophets.
I am God. Hey,
Exactly.
here you go and do this bad thing, and you'll get what you want.
Exactly.
But that's not God. So that's where you have to be careful and make sure you're praying
100%.
to the right God.
That's why I really want to emphasize there are a few things. If you feel like your prayers are not being answered, first of all, we can't have the expectation that every prayer is going to get answered, but we can hope for it.
Mm-hmm.
And if we hope for it, then we're moving towards a belief.
Yeah.
And the difference between the two is hoping means it would be really nice if that happened. I really
But
want
I'm
that
okay
to happen.
if it doesn't.
Yeah, like I'm hoping for it. You know, when they say like hope for the best, or wait, hope for the best but expect the worst.
Yeah.
Like, so that kind of tied into what hope is. Hope is necessary, but to take it one step further is to have that faith where you believe for it and it's already happened.
Yeah.
Because if you say I want, you're repeating that again. That power of the tongue, you're repeating the want. And what is want? Want is not having. Want is lack. And so you're stuck in this loop and this cycle. Going back to the few reasons why our prayers might be delayed or unanswered, we might not be asking at all. Some people don't ask at all. They think they are, but they're just thinking it.
Yeah.
Second, we have to pray in the Spirit. We have to remember that we're inviting God into the situation. We're inviting Yeshua into the situation. And we got to work through this together. It's not, I'm just going to give you this to worry about. I don't care how you do it. Just you take care of it for me. Yeah. There's no relationship there.
You have a give, take and give.
Yeah, it's like, you know, if you're close with your parents, hey mom, hey dad, I want $20.
Yeah.
Okay, for what? Yeah. Well, I want it for X, Y, and Z. I'm going to be responsible with it. Here's the proof of how I've been responsible with the $5 you gave me, so you can trust me with 20. As a matter of fact, I know you love me, so you don't want me to starve when I go out with my friends. So you're going to give this to me, right? It's okay to ask God like that because he does love you. But when you're just asking for, Dad, give me $20.
Yeah.
Why? Because you said that you would give me whatever I ask for. That's not how that works.
No.
Right?
No.
So asking in the Spirit, asking and inviting God into the situation as opposed to asking him just for the thing, because that's just very carnal. That's in the flesh. That's our own, you know, just physical needs.
Yeah.
But ask in the Spirit instead. And yeah, those are like the key things. And again, you got to believe for it. In one of my old videos, I said, there's a reason why the word is become. You be the thing first. You got to be in that state of mind first. And then it comes. The word is not come be. You want reality to become something, be it first. Yeah. Act as if. That's what people mean by the whole manifestation thing. Act as if. That's what they mean by act as if. Be in that state first. Be in the state of gratitude that it's already been given to you. Yeah. And then it'll come. It's just, we get so frustrated in the waiting. Please don't ask for patience. Do not. Please like don't. What Emma said, don't pray for patience.
I'm telling you from my own personal experience, so don't ask for it. No, but what you're saying, it makes sense because even to refer back to the last episode with my brother, when he would go to his doctors, no matter what, I was like, God, I want you to, no, I was like, it's already done. And that was the one thing, like, we were waiting for his results, and they're like, oh, well, when we get his results back, we'll make the post and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, but it's done. He came to me, he told, I heard it. I already knew it was done. And that's what I said. I said, he said it was going to be done, and that's it.
And sometimes it's that intercession.
Yeah.
It was you praying for it. Who knows if your brother was, but maybe he wasn't. Yeah. And maybe all of it came from you interceding on his behalf, and your faith is enough for that. Yeah. You know, there's plenty of stories in the Bible, but one in particular where a Roman soldier said, hey, my servant is really sick. Jesus, can you come heal him? As a matter of fact, no, don't come. I know your powers. You can do it from far away. I'm asking on his behalf. Can you heal him? And guess what happened? Jesus healed him. Didn't even have to step foot into that house. Yeah. Right? So the power of intercession is really important and powerful as well. And kind of going back to it, it's really, really vital that we don't underestimate God, but we also don't overestimate our own powers of prayer, in prayer. Yeah. If you already say, you know what, this is something that God's not going to do, I'm going to pray it, but I don't believe he's really going to do it. I'm just going to try it anyway. Then you're already kind of limiting his glory before he's able to show up. Yeah. And then second, on the flip side of that, if you are expecting it to happen so fast or in a particular way and it doesn't happen that way, what happens? Then you end up blaming God, or you blame yourself. But we don't understand the full picture, and that's something that we have to remember, just in case things get delayed, just in case a prayer doesn't get answered. You actually don't know the full picture. I really wanted to talk about that topic because I know how often it comes up. I know that we deal with it on a regular basis. And even as firm believers ourselves and we pray regularly, I can't expect every prayer to get answered.
Facts.
But I know it's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because I don't always expect it to be answered doesn't mean that I don't believe that it can be done.
Right.
I always believe it can be done. Now, whether or not it's going to be done is not up to me.
It's not up to you.
Right. Yeah. So unanswered prayer it's a whole thing, and talking about manifestation of it too. When people use the word manifestation, it's so similar. If you've dabbled in quote unquote new age before, you already know how to pray.
Yeah.
You already talk to God on a regular basis. You just didn't know it was God.
Yeah.
Because there are so many bad apples out there who are gonna make you believe it's anything but.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, have you experienced that? Did you ever dabble into any of that?
Yeah, actually, I did. The crystals and meditation, and then the affirmations and all of that. I would do that all the time. I like the tarot cards and stuff. I would do that, and then you put it out in the universe. It's like The Secret, right? That's the one thing my mom showed me, is The Secret. What you put out is what happens, right? So in a sense, it's like you're almost praying. Like, if I wake up and I stub my toe, am I gonna sit there, oh man, I stubbed my toe, I'm gonna have a bad day today? No, I'm just gonna be like, oh well, brush it off.
Yeah.
So it's like praying. Okay, if I pray once and maybe it doesn't happen, I'm just gonna keep praying. I'm just gonna keep going. And if it's meant for me, it's meant for me.
Again, power of the tongue.
Yeah.
Right.
And if it's not, it's not. And there have been times where I haven't had an answered prayer, and I'm like, okay, God, I guess that wasn't for me. Like, that door wasn't meant to be open. That job wasn't mine. Whatever it is. But I know that whatever is to come, it's going to be greater than what I expected, because it's all in you.
Yeah. And change is inevitable too.
Yeah.
We change our minds often, and I do believe that God also changes his mind. It's, again, without going too deep into different examples of stories in the Bible, he's changed his mind.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, he'll change his mind depending on the information that you give him and how you behave. And likewise for us, we change our minds all the time. We change our belief systems. We change the way we talk, our mannerisms, our wardrobes. We change. Without giving a spoiler, there's a movie that came out recently where someone wished for $1 billion, and it immediately manifested and just started raining down cash, but in huge wads and stacks of money, right? I would imagine if that actually happened, one, do you have the wisdom to even handle all that? I don't know. I actually feel like most of us, we think that we do, but
and we're just going to go crazy.
Yeah, there's a reason why most lottery winners end up bankrupt.
Yeah.
Like real fast.
Yeah.
And sometimes, unfortunately, there have been stories where they take their own lives because they just are overwhelmed by it. So there's a good reason why there are delays in our prayers being answered sometimes, because there's that preparation time.
Yeah.
There's the preparation phase to get you ready for the blessing. So maybe, and my encouragement is to not just pray for the thing that you feel like you need and want, but to be grateful for the things that you already have, to show that you can be responsible with being given more because you've been able to handle what you currently have. Absolutely. So gratitude is a part of it. Yes. And just staying humble when we pray,
and give him the praise.
Give him the praise. Exactly.
And at the end of the day, like, just be so thankful and grateful and give praise to him.
Yeah.
Because he made the way.
Exactly. And I mean, we're still here, by God's grace, we're still here.
Yep.
If we shared all the things that we'd gone through as teenagers and beyond, I mean, I think most of us would be surprised that we're still alive, but he's kept us here. And I honestly think there's got to be a reason for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so if you don't find that you know how to pray, we just talked about it a few minutes ago, but don't be scared to go and find someone to pray for you and just say, hey, can you pray for me? If you know that they are a prayerful person or that they are tapped in that way, don't be scared to ask, because they'd be more than happy to. That's a gift that they've been given, and they'd be more than happy to pray on your behalf. And sometimes it takes someone who has that direct connection to the Most High God, who has that connection with Spirit, to be like, you know what, I have access, so let me help you go and do that. It's, again, tying it back to an analogy that maybe y'all can relate to, but if you can't get into a building because you don't have clearance and you don't have the ID card, the badge to get into that building, but you know someone who can deliver a message to someone in the building for you, you might ask them to do that. And if it's just, hey, can you deliver this piece of mail to this person? Yeah, they'll probably be like, yeah, I can do that for you. Okay.
Sometimes you just gotta ask.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta ask. So again, if you don't know how to pray, it's practice, but also don't be intimidated. Don't be scared to ask someone for it. And then the more often you do it, the better you get at it. Sometimes, sometimes my prayer are really proper. Other times,
same. Sometimes I'll just go, and the girls are like, are you done?
Yeah.
Like, oh, my bad. I went on a little tangent there.
Yeah. Or sometimes it's just a real casual conversation.
Yeah. Short, simple, and sweet.
Right. It's like I'm talking to a friend, because that's the relationship I personally feel like I have with God. Sometimes I'm in my car and I'm like, God, seriously? I don't know how many times I got to ask you to show up, because I haven't heard from you in the last 2 weeks. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else you want from me. I'm literally just talking to him.
Yeah.
And sometimes prayer sounds just like that.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people get intimidated to pray. And one way that I like to practice doing it too is doing it before a meal, and just be grateful for, again, the simple something that you have in front of you, because a little bit of gratitude goes a long way.
Absolutely. And, I would like to say I don't think, or I wasn't a prayer as much. And then slowly that I did just that, start praying before a meal as a family. And then next thing you know, anytime I would be on a phone call and someone would say, oh, I'm going through this, I'm like, okay, I'm going to pray for you right now. And I just start doing it. And like when the stuff with my brother was happening, I'd be on the phone with my mom and I would just start praying.
Yeah.
And she would just start crying. She's like, thank you for praying. So, also don't be afraid, like Cal was saying, don't be afraid to ask for prayer. And they say when two or more pray together, he listens, and it's there. So ask, don't be afraid. This shirt right here, 1-800-HEAVEN prayer line, I bought it specifically so people would ask me for prayer.
Yeah,
I haven't been asked yet, so there's people out there who might actually be waiting and willing to pray for you.
Totally.
You just ask.
Yeah. We're volunteering ourselves. We'd be more than happy to. And I know I pray quite frequently for the Salt of the Earth community. And so I want to thank you guys again for being a part of the Salt of the Earth community. It really means a lot to us, because we found this calling where, I personally found a calling and a purpose I've been running away from since 2017. If you heard my testimony from the previous episode, you know that since 2017, I've been questioning, been curious, been in and out of the church and stuff like that. But now in 2026, and officially we are building Salt of the Earth because we want to have more of these conversations, create safe spaces. Doesn't matter how you identify, who you identify as or with, or anything like that. We just want to help each other in this community. And when we say this community, we literally just mean a community of good people.
Yeah.
If you're not sure what your faith is yet, you don't know if you even identify as LGBTQIA+, but all that stuff. These are things that we've all experienced, and different members of Salt of the Earth community and different elders in our church and stuff like that. We've all experienced different things, different walks of life. So we truly believe, with the world as complicated, as frustrating, as confusing as it can be, we could at least do this together and see and find God in every little thing, whether it be the crystals that you have in your corner, because I believe there's God in those too.
Yep.
There's God everywhere. God's in the stars. He made the entire universe. So another topic we're going to tackle at another time is going to be on the stars, the moon, the planets, like astrology.
All the good stuff.
Yeah, that might be a 2-episode thing, because
I love space, so
yeah, there's a lot. I love space too. I love astronomy, but I specifically want to talk about astrology and some of the different tools that again, new age practitioners, quote unquote, use, from tarot cards to crystals to all of that stuff, and what that means in this world. Because I was a practicing, I don't want to say healer, but I dabbled in that new age stuff. I have tarot cards, I have, crystals and stuff like that. Like, what does all that mean?
Yeah.
So stay tuned, stay with us. We'll get there.
Yes.
In terms of unanswered prayers, Emma, you have anything you want to add before we close it up?
No. No. I was going to revert back to a part where you were talking about your testimony. I know I haven't gotten into my testimony, but, when I first got the idea about a podcast, me and my partner went to a Maverick City music concert, and literally a song came on. It's called Stand Still. And as the song was playing, a vision just hit me. And I saw myself like speaking in front of a crowd. It looked like it was basically in front of my church. And I just heard something like, you need to start a podcast. You have to do a podcast. And
was this before we met?
That was literally before we met. And then that was in November. And then you guys came, I don't know when, but it was like months later. And then I was telling my girlfriend, I was like, that's the person I need to talk to. Like, I need to talk to them. I need to ask them about a podcast. And then that's when I was like, I don't know if you remember, but the first time you guys came to the church, I was like standing on the side, just like standing there, like waiting, like, I need to talk to them. And we couldn't get a chance. So then the next time you came, I was like, I need to meet you. Like, I need to say something to you. Like, I've just been told, like, I need to meet you. And here we are.
I'm so glad to be able to provide this platform, not just to you, but myself and others. We have a whole list of people that we know and that we're yet to meet. We've yet to meet.
Yes.
Could be you.
Yep.
That we would love to have on the pod. This is meant to be a platform not just for the people sitting in front of the microphone right now, but for the entire community, which is why we're trying to spread the word about the community, because we want to give everyone a platform. Your voice matters.
Yes.
And yeah, it's been a long time coming. I mean, if you know me on a personal level, you know that I've been told many, many times to start a podcast and things like that. And so as the yapper I am, it only felt like, it was natural and normal. And by the way, we have 3 different dogs in the room with us.
Yeah.
So if you heard anything
like
earlier,
jingles or anything.
yeah, like their collars or their snoring or their farts, because we can smell it, you can't. You can't tell me you didn't smell that one earlier.
I really wasn't paying attention.
My gosh.
Maybe I'm not breathing in, but
no, and there's a difference. You can smell it when it's a human versus when it's a dog.
Oh, I mean, I have a dog too. I know, but I haven't smelled Apollo, so.
Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Emma, for being here for another episode. And there will be many more to come. Again, different topics. They're not always going to be, based on the Bible, but there are going to be plenty of episodes that talk about the faith, because we are a faith-based community. I don't want anyone to be shy and feel like this is not for them. This is absolutely for you. Please bring challenging topics up, because we just want to have raw, real conversations with you.
Absolutely.
So again, one way to find us is on Salt of the Earth on school.com. That's SKOOL.com. Look up Salt of the Earth. You'll find us. I'm sure you'll find through the description that it's going to be us. Join the community. Find me on Instagram. That's at Cal Speaks Life. That's CAL Speaks Life. And Emma, I don't know if you want to throw your handle out there. Or...
I do. I don't know it by memory.
Okay, tell you what, I will link it.
There we go. We'll do that.
Yes.
I'll learn it for next time, though. Start promoting.
So, yeah, well, I'll link Emma's Instagram on there, but really the best way to get a hold of us is probably through the school community on Salt of the Earth. So, yeah, I will see you on the next one. Talk to you guys on the next one, and thank you again for listening.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
That was good.